Welcome to Around the Table. It is a Thursday. Was it October the 16th?
17th.
17th. Oh, I missed a day.
You missed yesterday all together.
I know. I need to go back to the calendar and mark the 16th off. I forgot.
Is that how you keep up with your days?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I have a little day planner that I carry with me in my little satchel.
He really does have a satchel.
I carry everything. I feel like a woman with a purse.
Yeah.
I carry it everywhere.
You know, I remember that day you got coffee spilt all in it because you were careless.
Yeah, the lid was kind of loose. I had a loose lid.
That's what happens when you have a loose lid. Things go awry.
It was a loose lid or it was a loose lid? A loose lid.
You know, I was trying to sit all like proper, and that just doesn't ring true. So
Okay.
I think I won't.
Is there any propicality here on the show?
What's a propicality? What does that even
propicality?
mean?
It's proper, and practical. It's propicality.
Did you make that word up, Dan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, there's none.
I'm a wordsmith. SMYEETH. Yes.
Wow. Good morning,
Oh,
Dan.
good morning, Ann.
What did you have in your coffee this morning, or in your Wheaties?
I don't know,
or what?
but as I was going through the cabinet, there's a few little dry items in boxes that spilled over, and I think it got in my coffee. I'm not sure what the combination
There's
is today.
something in your brain that is so creatively disturbing.
It's disturbing. That's the word, disturbing.
Like, you just make, you know what? No wonder you write. You can make up, all this stuff just went on in your
Yeah.
head. You're very good at improvising.
Improvisationals.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you for that.
that's all the compliments I'm giving you for the next year.
Well, thank you for that condiment.
You're you're quite welcome. Golly.
We're just going to let people know that today's show is sponsored by the Ghost Coaster, where the Ozarks come alive after 7 p.m. The Ghost Coaster it's actually the Branson Coaster up there on the 76 Strip.
Yeah.
They open Saturday and they're open all week.
Right.
But the Ghoster Coaster part of it opens up on Friday and Saturday, and they have just introduced Branson's newest tradition of fear. And if you want to know more about that, you go to BransonCoaster.com for more information. Your family's new Halloween tradition, kid-friendly, from 4 to 7. Bone-chilling experience starts at 7 p.m., so get ready.
All right.
And I would go to the restroom before you get on the roller coaster. Or the
Maybe
coaster.
twice.
Yeah.
Just saying. Might scare the pea waddling out of you.
We've had, we worked overtime yesterday. Once we left here, I worked all day on this show today.
Did you?
Yeah. You sent me a text and said our guest
Yes.
is not showing up.
Yes.
Do something. Fix it.
Basically, that was kind of where I left it in your lap. It's your problem. Please help me out.
I've known you long enough that when your commands are short with an exclamation mark, it's my job. Right?
I may have to go back and look at my text.
I don't know if there's an
I
exclamation
don't either,
mark.
but you understood. See, that's why we work well together, because
Okay.
we understand each other in that respect.
Yeah, I know when I'm wrapped around something.
And it's kind of like giving each other the eye during the show when you're like, I really have no idea what to ask next. Can you help me out?
Anyway, I started going through my list of interesting people. And
Do you have a list?
Well, a list of my contacts in my phone. That's my list of people.
Okay.
And you look at the names and you commiserate or you jog your memory. I say, who is this now? And, oh yeah, they're from 1984.
Right.
Or something.
Okay.
I've got. Have you ever gone through your phone list, your contacts list?
I've tried. I have far too many on there.
I've got people on there from the 80s.
Do you still talk to them?
No.
Would
they're
you
probably
do you ever get rid of their number though?
I could physically go in there and take it out.
I don't, because you never know when I might need to. There's some I could, but I'm thinking this guy. You could have probably taken his phone number or Facebook, but
he and I are pretty. We're pretty. I've talked to him not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
And I follow him on Facebook, so we're not old
You're
friends.
friends.
But I was thinking, I got to find his phone number if I have it. So I started going through and started looking at other people. And when I got down to the M's, which his name is Mel, there it was. So I texted him on that phone number, and I said, "This is Dan Reynolds. Is this still your phone number?" Because I don't have no idea when it's 10 years ago that I got that phone number. Anyway, he's going to be on the show today. He's a friend I went to high school with, and he and his wife are retired, and they're RVers. They're full-time RVers. I mean, they're not just...
They live in the RV.
Yeah. So I thought, we haven't had a person of interest on the show for quite a while. I'll call him. And so I reached out to him. He goes, absolutely.
Cool.
He says, I'm driving from where I'm at to South Carolina tomorrow, but I'm starting at 10 o'clock.
So
but it's 9 o'clock our time,
right.
so he's good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him a call a little bit later on.
That's kind of fun.
In the show, yeah.
See, I knew I'd put it in the right person's hands. I knew you'd come through.
But it took all day.
It did take all day.
And I reached out to a couple other people and sent them texts, and two of them couldn't do it. So.
Yeah. Oh, well, you really had to work at it.
I've stayed on my phone until
I'm so glad. I knew you were the person. I knew you were the person. I knew you were. I knew you would.
I will tell you that my battery was on 3% by the time I was finished.
Well, you know what? There's called a cord.
What?
A charge cord that you can use to fix that.
Really? I've got a cradle.
Huh?
I put mine in a cradle.
You rock it to sleep?
No, it does its own thing. That's where it charges.
A cradle?
Yeah.
What is considered a cradle for a phone?
Well, instead of plugging it up, you just put it in a little...
Okay, that's not a cradle.
What do you call them?
You mean it's the back charger? It's a charger. Never mind it.
It's a cradle.
Yeah. Okay, I'll call it a cradle.
Charger cradle.
That's where you want to go. I'll call it a cradle.
Okay.
I'll jump right on in there with
All
you.
right.
Wow.
I want everyone to start calling their chargers without a cord a cradle.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Not gonna do it.
Be interesting to go to Google and type in charging cradle and see what comes up.
I'm sure it wouldn't figure it out what I need, and then I'm gonna get all kinds of stupid advertisements for cradle. So I'm not doing it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But meanwhile,
back to reality. It was cold this morning again.
I went out and chored after I worked out, so I had shorts on, like an idiot, and put a jacket on and went out and went to the chicken coop and went to the sheep pen.
Right.
And
the sheep pen.
it was just a little bit chilly.
A little bit.
My legs were cold.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you came in this morning. You're walking up the steps and you were barely. It's like you were 95 years old.
I felt it.
So what exercise did you do today that was
I did leg stuff.
Now what did you call it though?
Well, I did one that's called Bulgarian split squats.
I thought it was something Egyptian.
No, but it'll get your quads going. And I did stuff for my hamstring.
Where's your quads at? Your
back
side of your thighs?
The front.
Oh,
the front area and inside, yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that your quads?
I don't know.
I thought the front of your thigh was your quads.
Don't know.
Really, you don't know? You're an EMT, aren't you supposed to know?
We don't do that kind of
assessment.
We don't do the quads and things like that.
It's the front of your leg.
Anyway, it was cold, but we will talk a little bit about the weather right now. Widespread frost before 9, which is supposed to be already gone. Otherwise sunny with a high near 68 degrees today. Low tonight, 37. Friday, high 72. No chance of rain. Friday night, 39 degrees. And then Saturday,
sunny with a high of 73. And then Saturday night, a low of 40. Sunday's 75, low of 43. And then we have 70s again, 77 on Monday. And Monday night is 53 with only a 20% chance of rain.
Yeah.
Let's hope that increases.
Yeah.
Let's just hope.
And then Tuesday and Wednesday, looks like the temperature's rising up to the low 80s. So there's a look.
Mundane. It's gone now.
There's a look at your weather. All right.
What? Oh.
You've got people screaming in the hallways out here. The caffeine is either kicking in or wearing off.
I think Beamer has to come down after his show because he's pretty hyped up during this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's quiet, but Hillary's taking it over. There you go. I hope they hear every word that I just said.
All right. What's happening? Anything happening big this week or the end of the week or? that you
You know, I
of?
really don't know. I got a big list from Explore Harrison, and I have not necessarily. Well, okay, the fall festival is going
Yeah,
on
that's what I
for
thought.
Branded Equine is going to have that going on, and
Well, that's this weekend, right?
every Thursday, which is tonight at 6 p.m., a $10 donation, you can play trivia night. That is sponsored by the American Legion,
Thursday,
and that
yeah.
happens at the Elks Lodge, and that's tonight at 6, and every Thursday. And then the Veterans Day is coming up, but that's next month. So
Okay.
that's really all. I haven't printed anything off new. Do you have something else?
I just looking at this holiday marketplace. That's Northwest Arkansas District Fair. They're having a, I guess it's a, what is it? You
It's a craft type
rental
thing.
table and
Yeah.
go out there. That's
Yeah.
November 8th from 12 to 9. Oh, wait a
Some
minute.
you can
November
get
8th and 9th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m.
some local people that are selling their homemade
Yeah.
stuff. It's always kind of nice. It's around Christmas. And,
Yeah.
You know, hence the phrase
a-
holiday marketplace.
You get a jump on maybe a unique Christmas gift. That
I
you
like
can give
unique
somebody.
ones.
Yes.
Like
Homemade
duct
and
tape.
duct tape. That was
was-
good.
Yeah,
that was,
that
very
was good.
And
Thank
I
you very
used a little
much.
bit on the floor here.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Okay.
Let's ponder some stuff.
You want to ponder?
I want to ponder something.
Let me flip the button over here that says ponder.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Okay.
You want to do it or you want me to?
I don't care. Go ahead.
What is your favorite Saturday task and also
Saturday.
your least favorite? I mean, I think of Saturday being a lot of people's chore day, if you will. So that's
Really?
where some people work, like have a day job throughout the week. So Saturday's kind of when they catch up on things at their home and
Right.
that type of thing.
I like chores on a Saturday.
I'm not saying you don't. I want to
I
know
like
what's
to-
your favorite and your least favorite.
I don't know. I don't know. I like to tinker around.
Maybe
So-
you just have multiple tasking, tinkering.
If I get on the tractor, paint something, clean something.
You
Right.
like to accomplish something.
I like it this time of year. I get the leaf blower out and blow the leaves.
Do
I
you?
like blowing
Well, you
leaves.
can blow mine when it's time.
You just have to tell me. But if I'm in the middle of blowing, I'm not coming over to your house to blow. There's no
I
way
have
I'm
my
blowing
own
your house.
blower. All you gotta
Yeah.
do is bring your little body over there.
No. Not
Nope,
doing
not
that.
happening. Okay.
What's
Thanks,
your
Dan.
least favorite?
One of them is cleaning out like the chicken coop. I hate doing that.
Yeah,
But that's a chore that I have to do every so often. It's not a
not a daily, not a once a week.
not a once a week thing.
Okay.
I don't really, I don't clean my own house, so that's not a
Hey,
problem.
here's a good
Laundry, maybe.
Here's a good idea. The person that cleans your house, have them to clean the chicken coop. It's cleaning.
I'll run that by her and see what she says.
Would you?
Yeah, I'll
I
ask
want
her.
an answer. I'd
I
like
will
to hear an
ask
answer.
her. I will definitely ask her.
But you need to ask her with a very positive and a huge smile on your face. I was just thinking. For an extra $5, how would you like to clean my
Yes,
chicken coop?
exactly. Will you clean just anything? If I don't, you don't have to clean my house today. Can you clean my chicken
Or
coop?
you could say, my chicken coop is not attached to the house, but it does need cleaning. Maybe
well,
that'll work.
I'll see how that scenario plays out. I'm pretty sure I know
Okay.
how that would end, but
Okay.
whatever.
Let's.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to our Facebook page and like to hear your answer. What's your favorite Saturday task, and what's your least favorite?
I'm looking for the graphic,
Okay.
which I don't see.
Don't see. That's okay. You'll find it. It's at around the table. It should be there. And answer the question. It's a good one today. What is your favorite Saturday task and your least favorite Saturday task? Let's do some history.
Okey-dokey.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
I danced with hats and coats and canes and cats and
Oh,
dogs.
yeah.
About everything. Well, it got so at the studios, if they had any old junk around there, they didn't know what to do with it. They'd say, well, send it down to Astaire. He'll want it sooner or later.
66 years ago, An Evening with Fred Astaire, the first major TV program produced on color videotape, aired on NBC.
Color videotape.
Yeah, that was probably huge.
Yeah.
With a plate of rice, I can feed the hungry, but it's not so easy to give a plate of rice to a person who is unwanted, unloved, uncared. We have to give little more than that.
This was 45 years ago. Back in 1979, the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to Mother Teresa of Calcutta, India, for her work with the poor. Mother Teresa said people need more than food in their stomachs. They need a sense of self-worth.
That's true. I
I've
agree
been in
with
the Bay
that.
Area for about 20 years. I've never seen anything like this in all my life.
Okay, 35 years ago, an earthquake measuring 7.1 on the Richter scale hit Northern California, killing 67 people and injuring 2,500. The quake, which came just before a World Series game was supposed to start in San Francisco, also caused $6 billion of damage. The residents' reaction was typical.
Go home and secure your residence. Shut off the gas, shut off electricity, store water, prepare for aftershocks, prepare for 3 days of no services.
This was 35 years. No, actually, this was yes, it was 35 years ago, and this is the same instance where the earthquake hit a 7.1 on the Richter scale. The quake, which came just before the World Series game, was supposed to start in San Francisco. It was also caused $7 billion of damage. This emergency worker warned people in the Bay Area to go home and prepare for uncertainty.
Ladies and gentlemen, power has been interrupted. The game has been called. Can you please leave the stadium in an orderly manner?
35 years ago, an earthquake measuring 7.1 on the Richter scale, which is what we've been talking about in these other clips, and it killed 67 people, injured 2,500, hit the World Series game. The quake hit when the World Series game was about to begin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a birthday cut. Gary Puckett from the Union Gap was born on this day in 1942, 82 years ago, and this was Woman, Woman.
I even remember a time when I thought, gosh, what will happen if the alien sees this capsule and the only thing they see going up are white males? What are they going to think about the world and about Earth?
Astronaut Mae Jemison was born on October 17th, 1956. She's 68. Jemison was the first black woman to go into space on the Space Shuttle Endeavour in 1992.
Right. This is another birthday cut. Country star Alan Jackson was born on this day on October 17th, 1958. He is 66 years old today, and this is a song, Remember When.
You think they'll flag you?
I hope not.
That's enough right there.
Who's that right
Rapper Eminem was born this day in 1972. He's 52, and that's Lose Yourself.
Oh, and there's more music. This is a birthday cut. Actress Sharon Leal was born on this day in 1972, 52 years ago. She played the role of Michelle Morris in Dreamgirls.
In case you have missed out this week, us talking about getting flagged and getting our video taken off Facebook, that's what's happening. That's why we're taking the music down really, really quick and not giving you a very long musical clip because we get tagged and then we have no video.
Algorithms are pretty quick.
Yeah, they don't like that.
And it's all automatic.
Plus, they're telling us we're doing racially stuff, you know, which is...
Do what?
They're telling us we're doing flagged with some poppycock.
There's scammers out there all over the place trying to get information from you.
Yeah.
So you
have done.
click the link.
You be careful because you don't want to get tagged for having a racial something.
Yeah. If there's any question, never click link. If there's any, don't.
We've
click the
learned
link.
that through several months of having to do videos every month.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break, and then we'll get our person of interest on the phone. I'm not sure where he's at. South Carolina, maybe? He's somewhere en route, and we will get him. He's an RVer. He's a full-time RVer, he and his wife, and we're going to be talking about him and maybe see what RV living is all about. We're going to do that in just a few seconds. Stick around, stay with us. You're listening and watching Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We'll be right back.
Facebook and Hometown TV, Channel 26.1.
And welcome back to Around the Table. We have with us on the phone Mel Cole in transit somewhere. Hey, Mel.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Mel. Where are you exactly right now?
I'm in Fancy Gap, Virginia,
Okay.
which is right near where North Carolina and Virginia meet in the very, I guess you say, northeastern part of it.
Is there any damage?
Heading to North Carolina. No, this place is, besides being just Norman Rockwell beautiful, there was no damage here.
Good.
Where we're headed, we're going to be driving right through where there was lots of damage. Off the 40, Asheville, in that area.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we've got a picture up of you and a bird. You're holding it. Looks like an owl. Where are you? Where were you at when this happened?
That was at the Lebanon, Ohio Veterans Day, if you will. They had kind of an honor to us veterans, and they brought in these folks that were falconers and had every conceivable kind of raptor bird. And I had the honor of holding this wonderful falcon in my hand. It was quite an experience.
Wow. Wow. All right. So, I knew that was a falcon. I didn't think it was an owl, but your friend did. Hey, Mel, I'm Ann. It's nice to meet you over the phone. And what a cool thing you're doing by RVing across America, I guess, right? Basically, you live there, right, in your RV?
Well, yeah, we do. We're on our third coach. We started RVing in 2008 after the crash. We figured we better take what money we had left of our, what I call my no 01k, and we bought a coach. We bought a coach just in case we needed a place to stay.
Yeah.
And it turned out we liked it. We lived forever in one spot. My wife, 50 years in Southern California, and she was ready for a change of scenery. And so we started off in 2009 traveling around. And then in 2013, we decided, if you don't own your property, you're just paying rent to a mortgage company. So we decided that wasn't going to happen for another 20 years. So we figured, let's just downsize and let's go full-time and give it a try. So that was 2013. We started that, and here we are, 2024, down the road in our third and probably our final coach, because this is the one we wanted all along. It just took a minute to be able to afford it.
Yeah. Right. Now, you probably on a fixed income, I would assume.
Well, Dan, we still have. I'm semi-retired. I've got two businesses that I run. One's a social media marketing company where we have 31 clients around the country that we picked up along of our travels.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah, it was great. We do their websites. We do what's called their reputation management. So for a hotel, motel, restaurant, we answer their reviews. We interface with the business. So just to kind of keep that on. And then we also have a bus advertising business in California that we sell bus advertising. So we get income from that, and I get my Social Security and my pension, and I also disabled from the veterans, and just a little bit, and so I get all that all combined, and it gives us go.
Yeah. Wow. Has the economy put a dent in your finances lately?
Oh, most assuredly.
Yeah. Okay.
Gosh. I mean, and because we travel around so much, Dan, we see the impacts everywhere. What used to cost $1 is now $3.
Right.
What used to cost $5 is now $9. It's stark and it's scary.
Yeah.
Its economy is scary. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, does it make you want to stay in one spot, or is it cheaper to move around?
Huh.
Well, so here's our mindset. I'm getting up in the years. I'm getting long in the tooth, as we say, right? I turned 69 this last May, and so I'm looking at how do we end this thing? So we don't know. We figure we got at least 10 years of more travel and doing what we want to do. God forbid we have any kind of medical thing.
Right.
We're pretty healthy otherwise.
Wow.
So all that being said, we haven't found that one place where we say, yeah, this is where we'd want to end in this journey.
Boy, I bet you've seen a lot of beautiful places, though.
I sure have.
What are some?
You've covered a lot of territory doing that.
Yeah.
That's really cool that you can do that.
My wife Kelly and I went through Utah a couple years ago, and that is one beautiful state.
Oh, there's no doubt. And you can get about whatever you want in Utah. That's the nice thing about that state.
Yeah.
You get the deserts, you get the mountains, you can get snow, you can get water. We really liked going to a place called St. George. It's a great town. There's a great state park there that's right in the right around a reservoir. That's always a lot of fun, and you can always just whatever you might want to do for entertainment is there in a good way. And we've been up to the northern parts of Utah. Gosh, it's beautiful. We really loved Oregon. We actually kind of considered that home for the longest time because our kids lived near there, lived near where we were. We were in Bend, Oregon, which is in the high desert. And you could get snow in the mountaintops 10 minutes away, or you could be out in the high desert. So, but you know what? I love Kentucky. Frankfort, Kentucky just really resonated with me for some reason. Yeah, I really liked it a lot.
That's cool.
And, when we visited y'all there in Harrison, we thought that was a beautiful place, too, minus the water moccasins. They kind of freak me out.
Yeah, they're not,
Well, they have attitudes. They'll come at you.
We thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I have a practical question, Mel. So you and your wife travel together. You're together all the time. How do you work? How do you make that happen? How do you work that? Like seriously, you have no. Maybe y'all go do. I don't know. I don't want to be with my husband like 24/7 because he likes to do his thing and I like to do my thing, and then we cohabitate quite well. But just curious.
Sure. Well, first off, Jenny isn't my first marriage. She's my last marriage. And she's we've been together almost 20 years now. And my picker was really bad. I will tell you straight out.
His
I could
picker.
never pick the right one.
Yeah, bad picker.
Yeah. I had a bad picker. And fortunately she picked me, and that really worked out wonderfully.
There you go.
And so we have a great relationship, but then we also have the things that we like to do individually. She's quite a picker. She's like an American picker. She loves to go junking. And
Okay.
So she does those kinds of things, and I don't, and that's okay. And I'm a musician, as Dan can tell you. I've been playing guitar and singing for the longest time, and so I'll sit outside my rig and I'll put on Pandora and I'll play whatever comes on to keep my chops in case someone walks by and goes, "Hey, let's play," or somebody wants a band says, "We need a singer, guitar player. You're it."
Yeah.
So,
it's not like
very cool.
Just don't ever go.
It's not like you have a shop to go out to. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So you make it work, and that's awesome. I think that's
which
wonderful.
brings up another question. Where do you put all of your stuff?
Yeah.
Now I couldn't live in an RV right now. You'd have to
sell it.
I'd have to haul 2 or 3 trailers behind me.
Well, first, that in 2013 we had that conundrum. So what did we do? We bought a big storage unit, and we put everything we had in it. And we paid for 2 years. We paid to have things stored. We had two cars, towed one, and stored the other one, and then got the other one. Then we looked at each other and went, we could have bought everything we got in that storage unit at least twice for what it cost us. I guess it was 3 years. And so what we did was probably the best pay it forward we ever did. We gave away anything to anybody that needed it.
Wow.
Like my mower, my riding mower, my farm tractor stuff, all that stuff. We helped people start businesses with the things we had, or they were starting out in life and needed a bed set. And so we just gave it away, and it really freed us up.
I like you, Mel. You're a nice guy. You're a good guy.
Well, I've liked Mel since we were in high school, and I could tell you some stories about Mel that would probably make you cry.
Wow.
He's gone through quite a bit in his life, and we really appreciate you, Mel. What's your plans? What's your plans for the weekend?
So we're heading back down to Waynesville, North Carolina, and this is going to be our winter spot. That's what we decided before all this Osmogaza had it. We have one of Jenny's boys lives within just 5 miles of where we're staying, and another one lives in Asheville. Actually, a place called Black Mountain, which was hit pretty bad. So we're just going to hover there, at least through Thanksgiving, and then we've got a granddaughter in Tampa, Florida, with the other son, and so we're going to go down and visit them at Christmas time in Tampa, and then we're coming up, probably stay in Savannah at the New Year because we really like Savannah. The old Savannah is a beautiful town, and then after that, I got no plans. We just hold our finger to the wind and say which way should we go. We don't know.
Well, man, you've always got an open invitation to come see me.
I would love it. That I would love it.
Yeah, and I'd give you a plot for your RV.
He'd give you a plot, and I'd give you a spot on here live.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, come up and play some music for us.
Yeah.
I would love that. You know that I would.
Hey, will you
It's
tell
just a
your
blessing
wife?
and
Tell your wife, hey, and it's what they do in Mayberry. Hey,
Hey.
yeah,
Hey.
and
Well, this was a joy.
yeah. Well, thank
a
you so
pleasure.
much for taking time out. We may have you back on again. We may have you play for
Well,
us.
I will. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
At any time.
Will you take care, buddy, and be careful in the traffic out there, and look for
Always.
some discount gas when you're traveling from one place to the next.
Well, actually, I do belong to an association that gives me cheaper than they call street cost. So I'm really thankful for that. Especially
Smart
with the diesel.
thinking.
Yeah, people are listening to this interview and they want to reach out to you. How can they do that?
Well, they can reach me by my email, which would be fine, which is cybercme, that's CYBERCME, at gmail.com. I'm also on Instagram at cybercme. And, gosh, anybody's got a question, or, that's one thing, too, about RVing community.
Yeah.
Everybody helps everybody.
Yeah.
And if somebody's got something broke down or needs help, for instance, they just put it out there on Facebook or
Cool.
some social media, or they'll walk by and say, hey, you got a minute, and everybody's willing to help out.
All right.
Wonderful.
Hey, thank you so much, Mel. Be safe out there.
You're welcome,
God
Dave.
bless you, man.
Bless you back, and then just nice
Thanks.
to meet you too.
You too.
Have a great day. Hey, that was Mel Cole, everyone. And there's his picture on the screen, and he's been a friend since probably 40 years, maybe. Anyway,
Y'all knew each other in school?
we did.
How long ago did you graduate? It's probably over 40 years.
I graduated in 74.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you are.
Yeah. You want to take a break?
Nice guy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's take a break, and when we come back, we got more interesting stuff for you from around the table with Dan and Ann. Be right back.
Hello?
Hello?
What's going on, Dan? You don't have your microphone up. I don't know what the heck you think you're doing. I don't know who you're micing over there because there's nobody there, Dan.
Trying to mic the person. You can't see him?
No, I can't.
Oh, well, they were talking to me during the break.
What'd they say to you, Dan?
Well, they were saying that they really appreciated me inviting them to come on. Crazy.
That's what they said. You're
What do you got?
crazy.
You got anything important over there?
Well, I got to tell you. Okay, I'm not like hearing myself very well, so I got to turn up. Okay, authorities in southern Mississippi have identified the remains of an infant whose death remained a mystery for more than 3 decades. The manner of death was ruled a homicide by the medical examiner in 1993. County officials got a warrant to try and identify her by DNA analysis, but the mother must have caught wind because when they showed up to get some DNA, she had taken her own life. She left a note saying she was the baby's mother from all those years ago. So I don't know if she just left the baby somewhere,
Yeah.
But wow, like it's kind of amazing to me that they can go back. Well, this was 30 years.
Yeah.
And freaking identify stuff. There's
really.
real. What do they use? Tea? I don't know what they use.
Yeah, really.
I'm always fascinated by that type of thing. Forensic, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Did you see this death by mosquito story?
Well, no, I have not.
A father in Connecticut died after he was bitten by an infected mosquito 5 years ago. It was from complications of Eastern equine encephalitis, or EEE. It's a fatal disease that causes that caused its first New York death in nearly a decade last month. The mosquito-borne illness targets the brain, causing physical deterioration and lifelong disabilities.
Wow.
One mosquito.
Wow, that's crazy.
It must have got the infection from another animal, I would assume.
I have.
Wow.
I mean, I would
transferred
That's
over.
nuts.
It is nuts.
Wow. So, you talked about the other day about a dog that was left tied up to a fence.
Yes.
And there's finally some justice for that poor pup that was tied up before Hurricane Milton. The Florida man accused of leaving him there has now been charged with third-degree animal cruelty. Police rescued the dog and took him to a shelter, and the man came looking for him after the storm. He says that he ditched the dog because he couldn't find anybody to pick him up. He's facing 5 years in prison.
Oh, my God. That's the same guy, huh?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this Australian black ball phenomenon?
What is...
Well, in Australia, you usually worry about sharks.
Right.
But hundreds of mysterious black tar-like balls have washed up on 2 popular Sydney area beaches, and they're also now closed. Hundreds of golf to basketball-sized spheres, it's almost sounding like an alien invasion, could be seen littering the coast, which is usually thronged with Sydney-siders and tourists. And it's not just here. Canada is investigating blobs of a white, mysterious substance that has washed up there.
Wow.
They don't know what it is.
That's creepy.
It is creepy. It's like the movie The Blob.
Wow, yeah.
Okay.
You've probably followed some of the exhibitions, or it's an exhibit of like King Tut, they'll move all that around and whatever. You know what I'm talking about. They're in different locations. Okay. Well, they're going to do that with Anne Frank's house.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's a museum, is it not? Can you go up in that?
Yes.
Okay.
It was created and displayed in Amsterdam, and this is the one that travels piece by piece, and it's making its way across the pond, if you will. Anne and her family hid in the secret annex for 2 years to escape the Nazis during World War II. They were discovered in 1944 and sent to concentration camps. Anne's dad was the only one to survive and published her diary. The exhibition opens in January at the Center for Jewish History in Manhattan. Now, I don't know if that'll travel all over the U.S. or what, but I would think a lot of people would like to, to go and visit it. I mean, if you don't go to Amsterdam to do it.
Right. That'll be cool. So
Yeah.
just some of the items from.
Well, I guess, or the way the house was built is what I'm
Okay.
thinking. They recreate the whole house. So, anyway, that's kind of cool. Deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Perrier water?
I don't drink Perrier.
Well, they found poop in some of that
Well, I'm
water.
glad I don't drink it.
Well, yeah, they've bottled Perrier poop water.
Why? What? How?
The last thing you'd want to find in a bottle of Perrier is some poop, which is why the sparkling water company had to destroy about 2 million bottles of the stuff last spring. They still wouldn't know about it had it not been for the French media not been tipped off this week. Perrier, because they kept it under wraps all
Of course
this time.
they did. There was poop in the water.
Yeah, really. Perrier gets its mineral water from several natural French springs, but heavy rain filled one of the sewage overflow pipes, which was enough to temporarily burst Perrier's bubble. Luckily, the water is tested before it's bottled and shipped, but somehow it got out.
What's the big deal? What's this supposed to be? Why is it supposed to be so whatever?
Because
cool?
it's the water source. It's got a lot of minerals out of it coming in.
Right.
They get it directly out of the ground.
Okay.
And
With poop in it,
well, yeah,
possibly.
a little extra, whatever.
Maybe that's some protein. I don't know if poop has protein or
They
not.
probably charge more for it if they could get away with it, right?
Right. You know, a lot of box stores and stuff are closing. Like Big Lots
Yes.
is closing.
Uh-huh.
There's that wasp. Is closing more of its stores, I read. And also, I was at Hank's Furniture yesterday, and they're closing down here in Harrison.
Oh, really?
They, as of October 27th, that'll be their last day. They have some sales going on.
Do you know why?
No.
Do you think
I mean,
it's,
I asked the guy, and I said, I assume it's just not profitable. And he said, I assume. You know, he didn't.
well, you think about it.
There's one in Mountain Home, too. So,
Yeah, let's go back a couple years when,
an
you know,
economy.
we had, yes. And the economy starts taking more of your money.
Yeah.
And for things that that are necessary,
Right.
like the bread, milk, cheese, that
Right.
kind of thing. Do you cut back on those? No, you pay the price for what they are now, which is an increase
Which
of
they're
20,
feeding
30.
you poison and crap in it. That's what we're
well,
paid for, but that's a whole
yes.
nother story.
So other essentials like new furniture get thrown by the wayside, and they're closing Walgreens.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're closing this one.
I think so. I read last night that the Arkansas stores will close, or they're planning on it.
I'm sad about that because I use Walgreens to not have to go to Wally
And then
World.
Big Lots is. Now I don't know if this one is
Yeah,
closing,
I don't know.
but I know.
But I
yeah.
do know the Hank store here in Harrison is closing
Yeah.
as of October 27th. So, you know, it's just sad. It's a sad deal to see. Businesses had to close after COVID because no patrons were there to utilize them.
Right.
And then here we are with the economy tanking. Or, I'm sorry, it's at its best. Is that not right?
No,
Is that
it's
what
not.
I'm supposed to say?
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't think it is. I don't see it from my perspective.
Not
that
according
way.
to my empty pockets.
Well, my credit card. I put everything on a credit card, so I get Amazon points. That's mine. So I'm paying it more often and more money
Yeah.
for nothing more than what I normally did. So it's just kind of, yeah, we feel it.
And if the economy keeps going, I think that more collateral damage will happen. You'll see more local businesses close because
I'm
they can't.
afraid so.
Yeah, I don't.
And we're
wanna see
trying
that.
to grow our area here and
Yeah.
our downtown, and a lot of new places have opened. So I guess that's an encouragement to shop local for one, and go try out these places that are here in Harrison, and don't forget about your stores here. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take another break. Our last one for this hour's show, and when we come back, we'll have more for you from Around the Table with Dan and Ann. All righty. Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann.
Hi.
I'm Dan, and
I'm Ann.
She's Ann.
You know what? We were talking.
Old Dan and Little Ann. Remember that movie?
No.
Where the red fern grows?
Yes. We talked about that the other day.
Yeah, the two dogs
I'd have to go back and look.
were dogs.
I mean, watch it or read it or whatever you do.
All right.
So, we were talking about the economy just before the break.
Yes.
And there's a note thing here that says
There's something right
well,
here.
I don't know what you call these things. Trending
topics.
topic. You've seen higher prices for just about everything, and that is legit. I agree. But there's another trend that's just as painful to your pocketbook. Oh, goody. Shrinkflation.
I've heard that.
That means scaling back the size of a product, but charging the same amount as for the prior larger portion. I've seen that, too.
Yes.
About a third of 100 common consumers products tracked by Lending Tree have shrunk in size or servings since the pandemic. The worst offenders are household paper products like toilet paper and paper towels.
Mm-hmm.
The price of toilet papers, like to get a big, it's crazy.
And you remember back, what was it? Was it COVID that created that? I mean, people.
Well, that's when all the stuff got off the shelf and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you go to the paper aisle and it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
No toilet paper, and you're wondering, what is the deal? Why are people hoarding paper? So
I read somewhere that, and I don't know if this is the truth, but they were making a comment about people hoarding that kind of stuff, even when we thought that there was going to be a shutdown of shipping recently.
Yes.
And that the paper aisle was like empty. The toilet paper row or whatever was empty in anticipation of that. And I don't know where I was going with that. I had a point.
It's the point is.
Oh, they said it was shipped in. I mean, it was made it was here in the U.S.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be shipped on
right
those tankers.
That is pretty scary, though. You cut the supply.
We all freak out a little bit.
Yeah, we do. Well, yeah.
I did. I have plenty of toilet paper.
And does it make you want to kind of plan for like 6 months of not being able to go to the store?
I read you should have a month. You should at least have a month of whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's from the hurricane where, the electricity and all that was going to be.
Do you have anything in bulk? Like beans, rice?
I have bags
oats?
of them. Yeah.
I mean, how big?
Not that big?
That's beans? Big bag of beans?
I have several different bags.
That's good.
And I do that periodically. And then if you can't cook something else, you can cook that on a stove. You can cook that over a fire. You can do whatever.
Now, what do you store them in? You have to store them in food-grade containers, and they have to be waterproof or moisture-proof.
Well, I'm not planning on getting a hurricane here.
Well, no, but if you store it for a long time,
I see what you're saying. Well,
I did buy some of those buckets, food container buckets that are airtight.
I don't even know what those are. I mean, where you get those?
Well, you get them on Amazon or wherever you can find somebody that sells them.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. Where do we get those?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Oh, you know what time it is?
It's time for Today Is.
And maybe time over there for you to click something.
What should I click?
I think you should click that over there.
How about that button right there?
That'd be awesome, man. Hey, it's the Great Shakeout Earthquake Drill Day.
See, we should be, thinking about these things.
Let's pretend that there's an earthquake. And what do you know? What do we do? What do we do in case of a tornado, Dan?
Well, you don't put yourself in a position where you fall down.
What do we do during a tornado?
You do a 3-point stance, and you ride it out.
Seriously, do we have an escape plan?
No.
The door's right there.
Yeah, there's been some. What's that New Madrid fault over there in the Boot Heel up there in Arkansas, Missouri? Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of that activity going on lately.
You think we'll get something from it?
I don't know.
I saw a video of people that were diving during an earthquake. It was scuba diving. Yeah,
were they
underwater
shaking around?
Earthquake. Yeah, it was.
They were moving
crazy.
around.
Yeah,
wow,
they were.
Okay.
Anyway.
National Pasta Day.
You like pasta?
It doesn't like me. My sugar level goes extremely high with pasta. I don't like, and every meal has, would you like some noodles with that?
Well, it's a filler. It's a filler.
I know. It's a comfort food, makes you feel like, I'm so full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
National Spirit Day.
Spirit Day.
Yep. National Mulligan Day.
Is that for golfing?
Golf is a mulligan. It's
Okay.
a do-over, so go ahead.
Oh.
I guess you can do over whatever. It's Mulligan Day
Who
for whatever you
invented
want it
that?
to be. Danny Mulligan.
Okay.
Forgiven
X Day. Even
Okay.
if they're a total jerk to you, just think of all the celebrity exes who've managed to forgive and forget.
Whatever. I don't really. Okay. Wear something gaudy day. I did not bring anything gaudy to wear.
Okay.
4 Prunes Day. You should go eat 4 prunes today.
Oh, okay.
I will go buy a bag if you'll eat at least 16.
I may not be able to make it into work tomorrow, but
Okay. See y'all tomorrow. It'll
Okay.
be Friday.
have a great day, everybody.